welcome to Naked. I'm Nicole.
I'm Keisha.
And Deanna.
And this, of course, is Naked. Cover these up. All right. So today is the final review of 13 things mentally strong people don't do. Don't do, right?
Don't.
I say it back. I always feel like I say it backwards. I'm like, do.
I know.
Don't. They don't do it. Don't
do it.
do it.
Don't
Don't
do
do it. Don't do it. So we're reviewing the final 4 chapters of that today. And so, of course, with the next episode, we'll start with the new read that we'll let you know when we get there.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep you on your toes.
Actually, you know what we could do is post on the websites like a week before what that book is going to be to give people time if they don't have it to get it.
Makes sense.
We can do that. So with the release of this, we can say this is what we'll be reading next. So that's what we'll do.
That sounds
Which
good.
means we just got to make a decision.
Make a decision.
By Monday. We got to have a decision by Monday.
You guys are with us on this journey.
Yes.
Indeed.
So,
Oh my goodness.
anyways, what y'all been up to?
Oh my god. I like stories quick, so I can knock it out.
Yeah. Whoever wants to go first?
Well, Baldiana in the house.
Not
and-
Baldiana. First of all, she got plenty hair up here.
Yes.
No, so I did the big chop. Yay, round of applause. I've been natural for, God, maybe like 6
It's been a minute.
It's been like 6 years, but I kept my hair in weave like all the time. So like I would wash it, like let it out to breathe on the weekends, but then like I was back in like crochets or protective style. So I was like, all right, enough is enough. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger. We cut it yesterday. I'll keep you posted in terms of how I'm feeling. It was fly walking out the shop, and I woke up this morning. It was like matted to like one side of my head. And I sprayed water on it. It came back to life. I was like, yes. Went out, ran some errands, came home, took a nap.
Oh, humidity is.
And then I had to start all over.
Well, you know, after you first go natural, though, that whole, like, your hair
Yes.
freaks out a little bit.
Yes.
And, like, the frizz just will not go.
Yes.
Like, you feel like it's just in a state of frizz all
Yes.
the time. That's where she's at. She's
Frizz,
got to find the
frizz is
right.
a nice word. My shit is nappy.
My
I
shit's
don't think
not.
that it's nappy.
No,
Tell her
I do
again.
not think that it's
My
nappy.
Look at her
roots are
curls.
Yeah.
Amistad, set me free, give me freedom. My name is Toby. Type nap.
Wow. Wow.
It is
That's
out.
that's what I got going on.
She's not used to seeing
Right.
her hair curly like that.
But
So I get why
But
you
I
did this.
definitely get it.
I get it.
You didn't big chop though.
You,
I did.
You
kinda.
cried
I
me
big
there.
chop. I cried for 3 days.
So I did big chop to y'all's dramatic big
Yes.
chop, but I went from past shoulder length to high bob
Yes.
cut.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
right.
couldn't do a ponytail no more. So
Yeah.
to me, that still
That
felt
was a
like
big chop.
a big
Yeah.
chop.
Yeah. But no, when you have the teeny weeny, the TWA,
TWA. I did not do TWA.
that is
Listen,
humbling.
all I'm
but
gonna
the
say
only
is-
reason I didn't is because you know that nodule I got right here, and I can't let y'all see that. Y'all gonna be like, what type of alien type shit is this? Like,
Listen,
I cannot let y'all see this nodule that I got back here because I already got one here. You know what I'm saying? I already got
Stop
the 5 head.
Stop.
We
you
can't
are
have
stupid.
the 3-star nodule back
Stop.
here too.
How about the
Look at
last
this
the
right
last 2 weeks? I was like rubbing the back of my head. I was like, I gotta make sure I don't have like a roll on the back of my neck or something that's gonna pop out like when I shave my head. Thank God, knock on wood, that is not the case.
Yes.
But I was definitely like, let me make like, is there something back there? Like, oh my God.
I can never fade out back here. Like, and that shit dips like that pool you was in. Like, my head goes from here and then it like sinks completely into my neck.
That is wild.
You're stupid.
My head goes from shallow to deep in real quick back here.
0 to 100.
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
Oh shit.
You're so stupid. Oh my God. So that's really what I've been up to. This morning though, so I got startled out of my sleep. And I think that's what made me like
Yeah.
have to like take a nap today. So it's like 6:45 in the morning.
Ew.
That's
And
real
I
weird.
hear clear as day, good morning, hello.
That did something to me.
Clear as day. A man's voice. I'm in my bed, naked, because I sleep naked.
Absolutely.
In my bed, by myself, in my house. The only other living person in my
Lily.
house is Lily, my dog. And I hear clear as day, good morning, hello, in a man's voice. I wake up and sit straight up in the bed. Okay,
Did
like
you recognize the voice?
no, there was nobody fucking there.
No,
I
I mean,
think I
did
was
you recognize the voice? They had to be there. Did you
No.
recognize the voice? You know, I
No.
believe in this spiritual.
Yeah.
so I did
What
not.
were you dreaming about?
I don't know. All I know is I heard somebody say good morning, hello, and I popped out the bed, so my boobs flew out from underneath the cover. Okay, and I'm like.
It was her titty sucker.
And I'm looking at Lily, like Lily done said the shit.
Lily looking at you like, even though she can't see you, like, I can feel you,
Lily.
tripping, bitch. What's wrong with you?
Lily was like stretched out, and like she like looked back like this, and then laid right the fuck back
Mind you,
down.
Lily is blind, so.
Listen, when I tell y'all, I sat straight up in my bed for like 10 minutes. I was like scared to go back to sleep. I was scared to move. You know how like you get real still when you're trying to like listen to see if you hear something else?
Yeah.
I sat up real still like this in my bed for like at least like 2 minutes straight. Like listening to hear like if I heard like footsteps or something. I don't know who I thought it may have been. I don't know what the hell I was dreaming about. But somebody in my dream was like, hello, good morning. And I definitely thought that shit was real and in my apartment. And that shit woke me up out my sleep.
My heart,
I
like,
mean-
literally.
It scared the shit out of me. Like,
It would scare anyone, especially if you thought it was like real.
Right.
I was like, is maintenance busting up in my apartment? Is somebody.
Oh, first of all, somebody got fucked up. You busted in my apartment while I'm in there sleeping. You gonna talk about good morning, hello?
It was so random. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Y'all know I know crazy people. So I was like, there's no way that he would have been able to get into my apartment though. Like I don't know.
No, that
I don't
that
know.
does not
He
sit
would have
well
woke
with
me up and he was standing there with his dick whipped out talking
Stop
about
it.
good morning, hello.
Do you have a
So
nice
first off,
layer?
it's been a while. But
So you say you was gonna wake up like, what the fuck are you? Is that your dick out?
Sorry. Did you take a shower?
It's
first?
already ready.
And you can lay down and then.
it's been a while. I got
It's
it.
not been a while. Is that your
Get out!
Get dick out?
Get out right now!
Why are you here? She said it's been a while.
I hate
She a first of all, she a damn liar. She talking about it's been a while. First of all, she's lying. You might thought about that shit after you put him out, call him back. You know what? You hungry? You hungry? I was just about to get up and make breakfast anyway.
No, but that shit was creepy as shit. Like when I tell y'all,
That
I
sounds
was
creepy.
like,
That sounds creepy.
it shook me to my core so much. Where like I never went back to sleep after it happened. Like I was just up at that
No,
point.
exactly.
So I've been startled out of my dream like that, but it was from something I was dreaming about. And once I calmed down, I realized, oh shit, that was the dream, but it carried over into real life.
No, I got up, got dressed, went down my stairs to make sure my door was locked because I was confused about this.
No, I
What
get
who
that.
was
I
it standing there talking
Yeah.
about?
But
Yeah.
I like it. Like to me, I heard
got
that shit
chills,
clear as
see?
day.
That's
But
crazy.
see, when I have dreams that are real like that, I remember it so vividly. Like I can remember dreams that are like significant to me so vividly. Like it's, I be like, that's why I be saying like people that don't believe in that stuff, like them dreams sometimes be like real
Signs,
life. It's real
yeah.
life communication from somewhere else, another dimension or whatever.
Right.
But that shit makes so much sense and it's so real. Like that can't just be something I just thought up in my head. Like
I've had a couple dreams. That's what's keeping me talking to a particular person because I had this specific dream that I remember to this day that my grandmother was standing in between us and she wouldn't say anything. She just was standing there. And someone was like, "Was your grandma dead?" I was like, "No, she's alive." And they were like, "Well," I'm like, "That's still a sign. I don't care
Yeah.
what anybody says." Like,
Yeah.
Like
So,
I've had conversations with Rosa. I've had conversations with my grandmother.
Yeah.
And like the one with my grandmother was, it hadn't been like a year after she passed, but she came in like this beautiful, flowy, like blue. It wasn't even like a robe. It was just something around her was like blue
Yeah.
and flowy. And somehow we ended up at Q's sports event in the gym. And I was like, oh man, you got your knee fixed. And she just got quiet and just looked at me. And because it was like, she was looking at me like, oh shoot, you don't remember.
Yeah.
And she just got quiet. And then I realized and it went like this. And when I lifted back up, she was gone.
Jesus.
Yeah. I woke up crying from that one, like in real life.
wow.
Then another one with my grandfather. So yeah, my mom's dad. We were all somewhere like outside. It was a bunch of like trucks. So it was like kind of like a truck stop, I guess. And we were all searching for him. And so I found him, and he was talking for a second. All of a sudden, he stops and gets this serious look, and he does this, like he puts his hand on the side of the truck and grabs his chest like this. And I was like, no, Papa, please don't leave, like in the dream. When I woke up, I did not breathe for like a good 20 seconds. Like could not breathe. Like not that I was like holding my breath or nothing. I woke up like that, like in a panic, and of course started crying because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And I called my mom like 7 something in the morning and told her, and she was like, it could have been something where he was like passing in his sleep, and you like shook him from it or something.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't have dreams like that. My
Oh,
dreams
man.
are always about work or school.
Mm-mm.
Like my dreams that I've been having like the last couple days have like somehow connected, even if it was an old job to where I currently work. Like it's always has something to do with a job.
And see,
I'm
I rarely remember my dreams, but when I have situations similar to like what you're saying, I'm awake for that. Like, and I don't want to say they're like premonitions or anything, but like I'll have moments where just like a thought will like cross my mind, but I'm fully awake.
And you're like,
And
I
yeah.
had to reach out. to-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I am fully alert, fully awake, and like I'll see something, hear something, and it just like it takes my mind somewhere else for the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about like something that happened or a conversation or how that person would respond to what's going on
Yeah.
in this particular situation. Like I had like moments like that with like conversations that I had with Perry like all the time. I'm like, Perry would kick my ass like if he knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but all of that stuff is like always when I'm awake, not so much like when I'm asleep. So it's rare that I have like a dream where I remember what happened in that dream. Like there are times where I know that I dreamt something, but like I have no recollection of like what it is.
No.
Even when like you wake up, it's like, oh, that was crazy.
It's rare. Like it's rare. Like I can probably count on my
Oh.
hands how many times
Oh no,
I've had a
I
dream
be
that I
having vivid
remember.
as like I have deja vu so much. I can be
Yes,
sitting
yes.
here and be like, she's gonna say this next. She's gonna say this next. This gonna happen. That's gonna fall.
That's what scared me so much though about this voice. Like this is out the norm for me.
Yeah,
Like I don't
yeah.
hear like I
So
don't.
it used to scare me, but it happens so much that now I'm like, yeah, all right, this
Here
already
they go
happened.
with this shit again.
Yeah, like where I'll be like, this already happened. She about to say this.
Oh my
She about to say this. That's about to happen. Somebody's like, I'ma say.
I'm gonna tell you now, if this shit was some old deja vu type shit, and if somebody comes to my apartment talking about hello, good morning, like
What if it's your husband?
that broke into my apartment.
No.
in the future.
No, like in the future, that was like something future,
Oh.
like, hello, good morning.
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking like if somebody
Were they
like,
saying it like surprise, like, oh, hello, good morning?
it was
like,
no, it was a very friendly, like pleasant,
that's what I'm
like
saying. It
like
could be,
voice.
"Ooh,
It
you
just
about to
caught me off.
was his voice deep or was it soft?
It was deep. It was deep.
Oh,
Well,
you
yeah, like
have
it
to
was,
be like
Was it 6'5" deep or was it like 5'9" deep?
first off, I don't know nothing about no 5'9". I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. First and foremost,
She gotta get that 6'5" come through.
because it's been a while. No, it was definitely like it wasn't like somebody was like breaking in like I'm gonna murder you.
Mhm.
Hello, good morning. I'm gonna kill you. Like it wasn't like that. It was just
I wouldn't hope a killer
It
doesn't
was-
be that friendly.
It would be very polite,
Yeah.
right? Like, but it was like
Sir,
it was,
I didn't budget for my death today.
yeah, it
Let's try
wasn't.
this again.
It wasn't like I'm in danger. It was what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Who was that? Like I know, like what like when I popped up, it
You
was
don't know
like
that's
when
your husband. That was your husband's voice.
Get
What
back on Bumble.
when I popped
I
that
didn't
we're
say
not
that.
doing.
I
That we're
didn't
not
say
doing.
that. But what I'm gonna say is, let's write it down. What's the time right now? Margaret that Nicole said this. When you hear that man's voice, you gonna remember that dream,
Oh.
and you gonna be like, Nicole wasn't lying.
Mm.
You gonna know the voice.
Come on now, come on. Hello, good morning. That shit scared the shit out of me.
I get that. Cause I'm in chills. Like
Let me
my
give you
heart
the
just
exact
started-
situation that's gonna happen. Like, you gonna gonna bend over to pick up some laundry that you may fold, and he say something. Like, that's the voice.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, sir.
Hilarious.
Oh my God. But no, what's going on with y'all?
So I've been working on the living room.
Yes,
You're
yes,
doing
yes.
that.
Remodel,
It's gorgeous, guys.
hey.
It's gorgeous.
Thanks. Still a lot to do, but still working on that. But that's all I've been doing.
How's your back?
My back has been good.
Good.
Oh.
My back has been good.
Not gonna say that.
Reflexology.
I'm not gonna say that reflexology.
Listen, so some of you may have seen when I posted about the reflexology. This is the Keisha that I was speaking about in the reflexology post.
It's a
Like,
passion.
you got some aches and pains in your body, or just feeling tight, stressing out, anything like that?
I'm not gonna say my ex-husband was in the hospital. I went to go see him yesterday, and he's back home. I'm not gonna.
I mean,
We are gonna say that
Girl.
because she did go up there and do reflexology,
Yeah.
and he is back
He's
home.
home now.
You did some work on my hand and I almost fell asleep. Like,
Yeah, it was so funny.
and it was
Listen.
only like 10 minutes. Like, I didn't think it was that
No,
long.
it wasn't even 10 minutes.
You
No.
need to let her hit them feet.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Come
told.
on now.
Remember, I said I had a twinge of pain, and then it didn't let up.
Yeah,
I was still able to move around, but after Keisha came and did that, that shit went away.
yeah. Yeah.
Glad to
I'm
hear.
gonna make an appointment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually make like 2, like, cause I feel like my mom wants to go too.
Yes,
She has like
bring her.
socks that have like the points labeled and all
Yes.
that. Anywho, okay,
Yeah.
continue
Um,
on.
But so it was one night we went on a date. The husbands planned the date, which ended up being
That's so
at
cute.
Top Golf.
Love Top Golf.
Great night. Got home after like midnight, so I didn't get to bed till probably like 1:30 after I showered and stuff. And I had to leave my house by 8:30 because our Northland team was playing in a team tournament or team camp in Akron. So I had to drive to Akron the next morning.
Mhm.
So went to sleep, got up, made it to Akron on time, coached 2 games, drive back to Columbus. So I get back to Columbus. This was we were supposed to record that day.
Oh yeah.
And Sierra's graduation party was
Yep.
there. I ended up making it, but barely.
Good job.
So I got home. I'm like, I gotta lay down for just like a couple hours, something. Like I gotta lay down. And so I finally get into bed. I'm like, t-shirt and panties on. Like I'm at that level of comfort. TJ comes home. Now he told me earlier he was going to go to Best Buy. He was supposed to be going with a friend to help them pick out something, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, well, that Harman Kardon speaker I want? Look and see if it's on sale. If it is, let me know. He's like, all right, I'll take a look. He doesn't text me back or call me back or anything, so I'm like, clearly it wasn't on sale. He comes home. I hear him down here fiddling around. We had the music thing on there, the
Mhm.
speakers or whatever. So I hear music, and I'm like, really? So you just want to turn the music up? I told you that I was going to come home and try to catch like a quick nap. I hadn't fallen asleep yet, but I was just like trying to relax. So the music is blasting down here, but upstairs, I mean, I can hear it clearly, but it's not like blasting
Right.
upstairs. So he comes up, he's like, just asking questions, just walking around. Okay. He gets ready to go down. He's like, you sleep yet? I'm looking like, clearly I'm not,
Yeah.
because I just had a 2-minute conversation with you.
Yeah.
I said, trying to. He said, well, come downstairs real quick, I got something to show you. So I'm like, at first I'm like, right now? And he's like, yeah, just come, just real quick, I just want to show you something. So then I reluctantly get up, and then I'm like, this nigga didn't give me my speaker. Like, so I come downstairs, mind you, now I gotta go to the basement, so not just these stairs, but I gotta
Right.
go these stairs. I'm like, oh, I know it's my speaker band. Like, he must have been down there fiddling with it,
Right.
that's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Because once I got down, because originally I thought it was this.
Yeah.
I got down here and realized it wasn't this, it was coming from the basement, so I'm like, my speaker. Get down to the basement, this nigga done bought a sound bar for that TV down there.
I'm sorry.
I got to the bottom of the steps and looked, and he was like, you see it.
He was cute too.
He was like, that shit was playing all the way upstairs. That's what was playing upstairs. I said,
He woke you up out your almost sleep.
and that's
He
what
pulled
I
you
told
out
him.
your slumber.
Down two
Two
flights
flights of
of
stairs.
Now I gotta go back up 2 flights. Which is why y'all got the text like so can we reschedule?
Yeah.
Because then I couldn't go sleep right away. But I was tired as shit.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
So I stopped and looked. I said, for real? He was like, I know. I just wanted you to hear. That's why I came upstairs to see how loud and clear it was, like all the way up there. It's clear, ain't it? It's clear. Like he hyped about the speaker. He like, man, this you and he can see it on my face. He's like, do you know how much I got this for though? And right now I'm like, I don't give a fuck how much
If it
you
was
got it for.
$5.
That shit would have got me though. I'd be like, how much though? How much?
I mean,
Was
it
it
was
on
a
sale?
sale though. It's like that. I can't remember if he said 12 or 1500 speaker. He got it for 6.
Wow.
But once he said that, I was like, okay. I
Touche.
mean,
Touche.
it does sound great.
Yeah.
Like it sounds great on all levels,
Yeah.
and you got it for less than like 50%. I hear you.
Okay.
So my speaker now.
Because
Because
my
if
speaker.
if you had 600, then you had an additional 2, whatever it is, for my little speaker
Yes.
that I just wanted to have upstairs for the bedroom for when I wash my hair and I
Yes.
want to be Beyonce when I'm in the shower.
I get it. Get it.
We ain't get speaker though. But it's cool.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's coming.
It's
Your
cool.
birthday around the corner.
There it is.
Girl, I've been
There
waiting
it
for the
is.
speaker to go on sale for like 5 years, swear. But you know, it's above me now.
It's above you now. It
Someone
absolutely
will
is.
see it through.
That's right. That's right. It's above you now.
But that's it. Gearing up for football season. You know that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Nia will be on the drill team, so
Hey,
shall we
is
guys have a
she?
Friday
My
night?
girl. My
Please
girl.
come see my Nia whipping and with them short ass
No.
shorts.
Now, what school is she at now?
She's at South.
Okay.
Is she going to South now? I thought
She's
she
been
was
in South.
Oh, I didn't know.
She was at South last year, so they
Okay.
both were there.
I think
Okay.
I know the drill team coach. I think.
Ashley?
Yeah. Yep. I went to Independence with her.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. She's a twin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Twins be there all the time, and
Yep,
they
yep.
always be at SC.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's McKee's niece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how small Columbus is.
So
Super
small.
So I was doing reflexology on this lady, and she was like, "So I hear you work somewhere else too." I was like, "Yeah." Told her where else you work, where I work. And she was like, "Yeah, I was just there Tuesday." I was like, "Work." It's like, really. So then we get to talk. I was like, "Okay, no, I do remember seeing you." Blah blah blah. Then she said something about her kids and her daughter working at Big Lots, and I was like, "She have red hair?" She's like, "She does." I did her daughter's nails last year. I'm like, Columbus
Too
is
small.
too freaking small. Just too small.
It is.
Which is crazy though, because technically we are like the 14th largest city in the country.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Everyone is like in 1 degree separation.
Yeah.
Like you are one
Yeah.
person away from knowing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
fact that we're on a list with cities like New York and LA
Yeah.
and Houston and all of that, like we're literally like the 14th largest.
Well, I feel like we super
Yeah.
slow then. So if we comparable to them, we need to step some shit up. Nightlife needs to be stepped up.
Indeed.
Shopping needs to be stepped up.
Yeah.
No, they just want to put up apartments and condos and stuff.
Everywhere.
I think
and then,
that's the problem though. I
and then
think
charge you $1 million
Yeah.
for it.
don't even
Yeah.
get me started because
Yeah.
this whole apartment hunt
Listen.
that I've been on.
I had a conversation with TJ about why I didn't give specifics, but I just was like, it ain't even my situation, and I feel a way about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like doubling my rent.
not like she absolutely is.
I'm like $60 short of doubling my rent.
That's insane. Like, I don't know. That conversation we had earlier, if I didn't have my grandma, I would probably be like,
So when I was saying earlier, like
it's
it's-
paychecks?
it's
it
very
is.
easy for like normal people to
Yes.
become homeless people.
Yes.
Like it's expensive.
the
It
rent is ridiculous.
It's insane.
But so I've been getting over like fat cat like in my apartment because
Yes.
it was privately owned. So like I get like it was underpriced, so they're increasing the rent.
Mhm.
But what I won't do is pay $1,000 a month for an apartment that has 10-year-old carpet and fucking brown doors.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So
I'm not paying $1,000 for what I'm currently getting for 6 something.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna just flip it because you change management companies. You gonna give me the same shit that I'm paying 6 something for, and now I'm gonna pay over $1,000 for it for
Yeah.
the same shit.
Yeah.
So my
Not
rent's
doing
going
it.
from $725 to like $1,300.
Did you hear what she said? I wasn't trying to give out numbers.
You know I don't do well with. Oh, this is the big one.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
big
don't
one.
know. No, I don't do well with.
Yeah.
No, well, I
I'm
don't know if I
just
told you
gonna sit one
about my friend's pop-up shop that she did at an apartment in Harrison West. And I was like, so I walk in, I was like, oh, this is cute. And I got to sitting in there and I was like, where would you put a TV? Like, it's super small in here. Like, now I'm getting claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, now I've got to know how much this costs.
Ooh.
It was like $1,100
So that's
for a closet. And I was like, we are not New York.
We're not
in
New
Chicago.
York.
We're not in LA.
so
We're Columbus, Ohio. I refuse. And
So-
it's not like it was
no,
it's
I get it.
Harrison West.
Yeah.
So Gahanna's the exact same way. So I'm I'm in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I want to stay
But
in
you
the
can
same
at
area.
least speak to school district. Harrison West is Columbus City Schools.
That is true. So what I was looking at in that same area was like more updated, like just amenities. I wanted hardwood floors. I wanted nice appliances. Found this bomb ass 1-bedroom, like resort style, Vegas style pool. They give you free beer. They give you free Starbucks. I was like, oh, I'm home. So it's a 1-bedroom, but like the living room was set up so weird. And one thing that I did like about it is that it wasn't that traditional like apartment like layout. Like it was a very unique layout.
Okay.
But I'm standing in the living room and I was like, so if you put a couch here, because there was only one place for the couch to go
Right.
based off of like where like the windows and like the way stuff was set up.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck would you put a television?
See?
Like
I'm saying.
it was to the
Really?
it was to the point where I was like, clearly I'm gonna have to like put it on the wall
Yes.
and have like that hospital swivel shit
Where you
action.
can
Like
turn it.
yeah.
And
I
I
was-
think that they think that that's what millennials, that's what everybody is
They
doing,
just
that
have a
they're
TV in their
posting.
bedroom or
Or
something like
that it's like mounted up somewhere. But
I don't know. I must be old school because I have an entertainment
yeah.
unit system shelf shit. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I don't understand. Like in my mind, and I had one of my friends with me when I went to go look at it, and I'm like talking to her, and I'm like, do you understand? Like, am I missing something?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? So the only reason I didn't go with that was because the more and more I thought about it, I was like, I've never lived where I had somebody like above me, right? I've always either been in a townhouse or upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that I could get those hardwood floors is if I was on the bottom level.
Really?
That's the only way, because when you're in those apartments like that, they start to pad the floor so that it's not noisy for.
I get it, but hell, I want the same luxury.
I
as
get
the
exactly.
downstairs.
So that I gotta get carpet.
So you pay like there's a price difference. So it's not like you're paying the same price for
I
somebody.
get it, but
But-
still.
So, and I was not like, I'm not going back to carpet. Like, I'm just over it. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up with like hardwood floors, and then I've been doing like this carpet. Like, since
Yeah.
I've been like on my own, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
So,
Hardwood floors are cold though. Just
I know, but I mean, I
But
can,
they're
I can
gorgeous.
put like rugs down or whatever.
They're
But, like,
gorgeous.
and that's what house shoes are for.
and so you come home every day and be like, is that a smudge? Clean the whole damn floor. Every
I
day.
mean, like I said, I grew up with hardwood floors. Like, that's
That's
what,
the only thing I hate. Like this. Eventually will be changed. I cannot wait. I'm getting something that you can't see every little
Yeah,
piece of something.
I get it.
yeah. But no, so like I had to have a real come to Jesus moment, and I was like, this is not going to work. So then I started looking at stuff, and I was like, well, shit, bitch, if you just scrounged up $11.25, you might as well go find a few more dollars and go get what you really want. So here we are. But I got a townhouse. It's a 2-bedroom, 2 full baths townhouse. It's literally like across the street from where I live, but it's not considered Gahanna. Like
It's
it's
considered Upper
Is
Arlington.
it Licking Heights?
well, wait, you're directionally challenged.
I'm sorry.
I was
Should
gonna
say New Albany. New Albany. New Albany. New Albany.
Is it New Albany or
It's
Licking Heights?
No, it's Columbus. It's considered Columbus.
So what's the homeschool?
Columbus?
Yeah, that happens.
What school?
Oh, I have no idea.
There's no school near there.
I have no idea. But
No, but they will bust your ass.
yeah, it's not.
Because
We're
just
all
like
the
on
way
Broad
out
Street,
there.
Broad Street, where it's almost
But
Blackland and
where she's
Reynoldsburg,
talking
no, I
about
get
is
where
not
you're
towards
talking about.
270. She's going more towards Pataskala.
No, I
Licking
get that.
Heights.
I get that. And
That
they will
doesn't make
still
any
give you a
sense.
pluck of Columbus. Like,
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
Columbus.
I just feel like that should have been.
I mean, 'cause
Gahanna, Licking Heights, New Albany, Westerville. Like
It-
that
it
should
should've-
be one of those.
It should have been Gahanna or New Albany, one of the two.
Yeah.
It's a Gahanna zip code, But apparently how that zoning
What,
is,
so it's Columbus, Texas?
I guess so.
It better be.
Which
Like-
that'll save you.
That'll
there.
save.
Yeah.
But
So it like I was
Especially since you work in Columbus too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
I just figured it would
Jesus
probably be
Christ.
like Licking Heights home base.
Licking
because
Heights is too far. That's too
it's literally that stop sign.
no.
They moved it?
I don't think so. That's all Gahanna back there. Once you get to where like Donato's and the barn and stuff is, that hits New Albany. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
that
it, 'cause
before.
that's New Albany, Columbus,
That's what
Squash
but
of
that's,
Columbus,
That's Morrison.
Westerville, Gahanna.
What's that? What's
Johnstown. Johnstown is that next intersection.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it's not far enough for that to
Yeah,
hit like
I'm thinking
Licking
of the
Heights.
next one then. Like
Yeah.
once you pass like Park State and all that.
No, we're not
Okay.
that far over. So like we need to go like a few blocks up and then a few blocks east in order to hit like where you're talking about.
Because if you take more straight, like once you get past, I think I'm
'Cause
pretty
you
sure
don't-
it's the very next intersection past
You don't hit
Johnstown. What's the very next one?
Clark runs parallel to Moore's.
Right.
So
but
we're
what's
talking
the
about
very next
Reynoldsburg, New
intersection?
Albany Road.
Reynoldsburg, New Albany.
Okay.
Then that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. Columbus is
Because
Well, just
everybody
like
that was
even-
even in those, everybody along Reynoldsburg, New Albany, it was either New Albany or Licking Heights.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where you're
When
talking
I
I know where you're
when
talking
I was
about.
growing
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
All the way to Broad Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even a little further on the
Yeah.
other side of Broad Street. Now, once you got a little further on the other side of Broad Street, then that turned into Reynoldsburg.
But anything west then though of Morris Road, you would think would be New Albany.
Yep.
Yeah,
like-
this way. So coming down Morris, anything
Right,
this way was
So my
New
apartment,
Albany.
right? So my
Anything
apartment
this way was Licking Heights, and then
Right.
anything this way was Gahanna. Once you got so far this way, it was
Yeah.
Reynoldsburg.
It's weird because so like my apartments are here and that's Gahanna. And then the apartments that I was originally looking at, that one bedroom, that's actually zoned as New Albany.
New Albany.
The
Well,
ones that I'm
because that
moving
was down there by Meyer, though.
yeah, but the ones that I'm moving to are in the middle of those two. So I'm
And
confused
that's
as to
Columbus.
Columbus.
That is weird. I don't understand.
But
how
that's
they
how
do
this
the
that's how
zones.
this kind of area is too, because you have Canal, Pickerington, Reynoldsburg, and then you have a splash of Groveport and a
Well-
splash of Columbus.
That's why I asked what the homeschool was. So technically, right here, our address is Canal, but we are Franklin County.
Ah.
So what's the homeschool out here? Independent?
Canal.
Oh. Oh, okay. No.
But once
But
you
if
get
you-
past like now it's the LC. So LC I believe is still Canal.
Mhm.
Once you get past LC, so like damn, what's
So
those-
Shannon Road Apartments, that's
That's
Columbus.
Columbus. That's Columbus.
Yeah, and
Well,
they're
what's
So
homeschool
even
as
across
independents.
like
Okay.
the diagonal
Okay.
from here on Gender, right across from LC
in Yorktown.
is
Yeah.
that's like split. So some are Columbus, some
Yeah.
are Canal. But if you go further down LC, like LC's further than that, but it's still Canal. And I'm just like, how? Like, why would you not just do a straight line like
Yeah.
from here to here?
It would make
cut
sense.
off.
It would make
They
sense.
do shit like squiggle, squiggle, squiggle,
Yeah.
squiggle. Go
Yeah.
And
down,
like if
turn
you're
corner.
across the street and diagonal, then you're somebody else.
Well, that's
Okay, so
exactly
look.
that's exactly like this setup because
LC is Canal, but these condos right here at the end of my street,
Yeah.
the white ones,
Yeah.
are Columbus.
Stop.
Canal does not bus from there.
that's crazy.
But
Stop.
George's Creek is across the street
Yeah.
a little further down.
And that's
that is
Canal.
They have a bus pickup.
Wow.
LC, who's further down than these condos down
Is
on the
Canal.
right, is Canal.
That if I lived right there, I would be livid.
Like they are-
Livid.
And the bus stop
And what is
picks up.
that? What is their homeschool? Independence?
I'm assuming so. I have no idea. But the bus stop is at the corner of my street. So literally, for those that live right there in the back of their house
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
bus stop, the Canal does not pick up.
That's so petty. So petty.
So petty.
That's so petty.
I'm just like, why wouldn't it be like a clear cut?
But
like,
even Columbus is jacked up. Because
Yeah.
like when Kiki
Mhm.
was ready to go to kindergarten and the girls were at Berwick, I'm like, yeah, Kiki's going to Berwick too. And they were like, no, you live north of Livingston. I was
Yeah.
like, what is that?
What does
What
that
that got to
mean?
do with it?
And they were like, well, we've redistrict, and if you live north of Livingston, and
Yeah.
if you're not already at the school, we will not come get you.
Well-
But if someone already was at the school, there would be a bus stop there.
yeah.
So
So just for you new people that
Right.
are here, you cannot come here.
Now,
But that
No
whole,
new friends.
that
No.
whole area where you're at has changed dramatically since
Oh,
I was
yeah.
at school there. Because when I I was there, that shit was all country.
It was all
there was
like wood.
nothing there.
So when I was little, my mom would like take me like on car rides, like all over the
My
city.
grandparents would do that.
And
too.
like I think that's part of the reason why like I know my way around the city so well.
Me too.
But we would always go to that Meijer, and that Meijer was the only fucking thing over in
there.
that area.
There
There
was
was nothing
nothing
but
else.
cornfields.
My grandparents
And
would take
fucking
me to
Meijer.
Little Turtle and Blended Wood.
Blended
Yep.
Woods.
Yep. So when I see all of that stuff that's completely like new and
Yeah.
developed, like it cracks me up because to your point, there was nothing
There was
there.
nothing.
Nothing.
No
So,
way. That's crazy.
but yeah, so I'm moving up the street, literally 2 minutes away. This will be the easiest move ever. Tell TJ I'm gonna need his assistance.
You got it.
I'm like
Let us
reaching
know.
out to all my friends in there,
Trucks or
They're,
whatever they
like
got.
all of them.
If
like,
Khaleesi wasn't Elise, I wouldn't.
Clear your
certainly
trunks,
help.
clear
No.
your back seat, clear.
really, I'm just reaching out to all my friends' husbands. Like,
Gotcha.
You
So-
know we won't come help them.
you better
Keisha
not
will
live.
drive there. She just won't drive her car back and forth to.
You better
Yeah,
not
no.
live shit with your bad back. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to sit
I
tight
got
and
your
direct.
clothes. I got your clothes.
And you know, there's a lot of them.
I'm gonna take 5 hangers at a time.
You
I'm gonna
threw
get all
her
the
back out
outfits.
at Kohl's. I'm just gonna
You're
put that
right.
out there. I'm gonna put that out there. No, so I started packing already, kinda.
And
So
when's the official?
September 4th.
Ooh.
It's around the corner, and I'm
Wow,
traveling
That's
like.
a holiday weekend. Or around the holiday.
Yeah, it's right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be actually. So I get my keys on September 4th. I'll be out of town like 30th until like the 2nd. So
As soon as you come back, you gotta move.
So I should pretty much be packed though at
Yeah.
that point and just waiting for the U-Haul to like come so that we can load up stuff and take it across the street to my new crib.
Sweet.
Do you really need a U-Haul?
And you have a pool, right?
So I'm not sure. So
Because if you wait and do all your big stuff and just have it delivered to the new place.
I don't really have a lot of stuff big things that are coming out of my house except for my bedroom
That's what I'm
set
saying.
and my kitchen table. Everything else I'm selling and getting rid of.
Back in the truck, you don't have to rent a U-Haul.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Save the money.
That would
Yeah,
be
'cause
amazing.
once you break down the table and the chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bed. That can go in the back of
I mean the chairs and the table honestly could go in my car probably maybe, but definitely on the truck.
I mean, that would be
It's-
one trip.
yeah,
Especially
it's-
because
it's
so
a bedroom
close,
set,
like, it's just
yeah.
like you really need. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we probably have to make more trips, but you
Yeah.
don't have that much big stuff because most of your big stuff
Right.
you're getting rid of.
Right. We'll talk about this
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
offline. But anywho, so that's what's going on around these parts. Yeah.
No crazy Walmart stories
Aw.
today. The last time I went to Walmart, they had 3 bags waiting for me, and I was like,
Waiting just for you.
"Yes." I was like, "I'm going to take these. I'll see you in 2 weeks." So
You and your
this will
popcorn.
cover me. And then Deanya had the audacity to ask for some. I said, "I don't have enough."
They only gave me 3 bags. For 2 weeks. You
You don't
understand?
have enough.
This is mine.
Do you understand?
All mine, not sharing. So yeah, no crazy Walmart stories, but the girls, Deanya and Nia, wanted to go to Boston Market. I don't know why.
Boston Market's sweet potato souffle stuff is good
They
though.
do have good
I
stuff.
mean, it used
Yeah.
to be good.
I have literally haven't been
It
since like
used to be
2000.
good. All their food used to be good.
Yeah, okay.
So they were like
What is
Chinese
this Boston
food.
Market? Where is this?
Bexley.
I'm sorry, Chinese food.
Yeah, so they were like Chinese food or Boston Market, and
Oh.
Did
I
you
was-
not say Boston
I
Market?
was
You
I was
said
like, what
that.
type of shit?
no, you definitely wouldn't have did that. And I was trying to, Khaleesi had driven a while. I was like, Bexley's the closest. We can go ahead and go to this nasty ass Walmart. So anyhow, go to Boston Market, and Mari got an attitude because I don't want to be in here spending no money. I don't like spending money. So there's a guy in front of us. He's ordering his food, and the person is serving him his food with no gloves on. And I'm like, I said, make sure.
Hold on, no gloves on?
No gloves. I said, make sure they put some gloves on before they start serving our food.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, at this point, food's already contaminated. I said, I don't want to hear that shit. Just make sure the gloves
Do what I
on when we touch our food. So the dude's like, I want an apple pie, or he wants this apple something. So she goes into the little freezer thing, grabs out the thing, no gloves, no handles, no just
I mean, it's not like in a box, like it's straight hand to food.
hand to food, bow. There. He gives her $20, she takes it. Bam.
Oh, so she handling money and food barehanded.
Barehanded.
Oh, so
She
y'all
did
did
not turn around, wash her hands. How can I assist
It don't matter
you?
every time she watch you. Don't touch my food with your bare hands.
Yes. So I was like, I'm sorry, can you put some gloves on? She was like, no. I said, I'm sorry. What? The gloves are right there. Like, I can see the gloves. So it's not like gloves are not a thing. They weren't available. They were right there. So she proceeds to tell me the reason why she does not have to put gloves on is because the handles on the scoops for your sweet potatoes are 4 inches away from.
I just watched you turn around and touch an apple pie with your bare hands.
I said, you just touched money. She said, well, I can get somebody else to help. Please do.
And I'm gonna need to watch them wash their hands.
Yes.
And then put the gloves on
Yes.
still.
And that's what happened. Someone else came out.
She don't need a fucking job.
And so I tweeted.
I was about to say.
You know,
yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
the tweeters,
Yeah.
the Twitters.
Yeah.
I have not received a response from Boston Market, and I do not want anything free. I just want you to do better. I'm not going back there ever.
Ever.
So
And
you
now
don't need to
neither
give
am I.
me anything free because I don't want it. I just want you to do better. Like, that's just, I should have reported to the health department.
You still
Because
should.
you are handling money.
You
It's
still
disgusting.
should. You
It's
still should
disgusting.
report it.
Money is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's why people end up with these stomach viruses and shit that end up traveling all over the freaking place
Yeah.
because your
No
raggedy
Boston
ass was too
Market.
lazy to
Okay.
put on some fucking gloves to handle food.
The gloves were right.
And she just flat out was
She
like,
said no.
oh, so
Like, I was flabbergasted.
not
Like,
only are they filthy, they have terrible customer service.
terrible
Terrible.
customer service.
That's a whole nother
Because
issue.
if I want you to serve me my food with gloves, whether you think you need to or not, go on and throw the
Go
gloves
put them
on.
gloves on. It ain't like I'm asking you to do something that's like out the norm. I didn't ask you to serve me the shit hopping on one foot and
No.
down your head.
I mean, I was doing nails today and I had my gloves on and the client tried to pass me money. I was like, you just put that right there. I'll get it
I'll get it in a minute.
when I take the gloves
Yeah.
off. But I have gloves
Mhm.
on, so at this point, I can
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna do
God.
that.
This makes me think of that Chipotle. So I forgot to actually
Lord.
email them. So I'm at Chipotle. This is probably a few weeks
Which
ago.
one?
The one by my house in Gahanna.
Okay.
Right. So in Chipotle, order my food. Bam. That was all good. Go to grab my little fork with my billion napkins. And
Absolutely.
you know.
And you only grabbed one fork, or you
I only mess with just one fork. I take about
I'm
a
like
billion.
you, obviously.
I take about a billion napkins, but then I just get the one fork.
Look at that second drawer.
Matter of fact, I'm going to Chipotle tomorrow.
So,
I got napkins there and my car.
Yes.
because they're great for oil blotting and everything. Like, they're
Great.
amazing.
Great.
So I pulled the fork out the little container, and the fork is like wet, right? So I'm like, clearly somebody, a customer, spilled something
Spilled their
somewhere,
drink.
right?
Yeah.
Spilled something, it got wet, no biggie. I march right on over. I'm like, hey, there's to clean up in aisle 6. Like, there's some shit going on.
Yes.
I need a dry fork. So she comes, she goes underneath the cabinet, she throws those out, she fills it up with new ones. I watch her pull these forks out of a box that's lined in a plastic bag from
Is that-
underneath the thing.
Is that locked?
I don't know.
Is that drawer locked?
I don't know.
No.
But new said forks are still fucking wet. So then I'm like, these are wet too. So again, in my mind, I'm like, okay, clearly this drink fountain thing,
It's dripping.
it's leaking somewhere.
Somebody come look at it.
Come hither, come help.
Clean up
Because
your aisle
it's, it's still wet. There's an issue.
moisture.
Oh no, those are clean. I guarantee that they are clean. But it's wet. But they're clean. Bitch, did you wash all these plastic forks?
Common sense is not.
If
Common.
they're wet, this is not the norm because I've never picked up a wet fork.
Nor
from Chipotle.
have I.
Girl, I left all that shit there. You can. I don't want it. So, in my mind, what happened is somebody opened that box. They were clumsy. Said fork spilled on the floor. Somebody was like, "Let's hose
Rinse
these
them off.
bitches off
And
and then put them underneath the cabinet. That is the only reason that there should be a wet fork that comes from out of that box and it not alarm you
Yes.
as an employee.
Because you already know what happened.
Because you already know that they got rinsed off because Teddy dropped the box and had to fucking rinse them off.
And first of all of the ones at your location are like 16, so you know
Okay.
they don't care.
Okay? And all the original OGs that was in there making burritos marched their asses right on over to Piata, and that's where all of them.
Yeah, and
So
Yeah.
Piata's raised their prices so much, and their bowls are so small now. I cannot.
Are
stand
they?
it.
that bowl is
Yes.
not small. Like, did they
I
change the
have not been
size?
there.
I
When's
haven't
the
been
last time you've been there?
like a year and a half.
Okay, I was there last month. The bowl is like, it goes like this.
You're right, because I got a
It's
salad
like-
from
it's
there,
like
and
a
that shit was
cone.
like a side
And I was like-
salad size bowl.
I thought I brought it here. I thought you saw that bowl that I
No,
brought.
I think
That
I
salad
did.
was from Piata.
I think I did see that.
Yeah,
I
it
Yeah.
was like a side salad
And
size
it is
bowl.
not cheaper. It's
That shit's expensive.
it's expensive.
It's like Panera prices.
And I get
like
it
for
is
no
less
less
prices.
Yeah.
I'm getting less food.
Yeah. You spending $12.
And then they had
for
all
no
that
reason.
to say, well, it's salmon. I was like, if I got the chicken, it wouldn't have been that much less.
$2?
Like,
For the same
you're
little bit
not
of food.
giving me enough food.
For
Like
salad.
I used to be able to like eat half and
Yeah.
Yeah.
no mo.
Mm.
No mo. So
This place has got to do
I'm
better.
terrified to eat out actually.
I mean, because you can't trust this shit.
Yeah.
Although I do want some crab legs really bad.
Yo, that is the third time someone said crab legs to me today. I
Just
feel
for
like
today.
Did you?
We took the boys to Kai's Crab
That's
and
not-
this shit up. Where what well, I was at work, so now
Damn.
we went to Kai's and we went down to the LAPD gun range.
Mhm.
Boy,
this is all things that I would like to
She just
do.
ain't invite nobody.
But that's
Well,
okay.
This was
You glad that I
Ishmael's
was at
function,
work.
Yeah. This was a Ishmael and Elijah, his cousin's function. So
Very well.
We can
Well,
have
well,
crab
it's
legs
cute.
tomorrow.
After 7. Oh, I'll send you guys something to do. Okay. Wednesdays, yes. Wednesdays and Fridays, which are my day off.
Oh, you work on Fridays?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait,
The
look at
goal-
you.
The goal is to have accounts on Fridays, so I can have corporate accounts on Fridays. But for right now, there's no corporate accounts, so I'm off on Fridays.
I know that's right.
Get
Yeah,
it.
you want to send us what?
Oh, there's something that's like 10 o'clock tomorrow that we can get like free drinks.
Where?
Yeah, you just gotta order like a tapa or something.
Oh,
In the village where I work, of course.
they take care of their people down there.
You know, I enjoy working in the village. I show you good balconies with double-sided couches.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
technically very, but whoa, that's the village. Anywho. All right, on to the book. On to the book.
Yes. Yes. Final 4 chapters.
Final
Four
four.
chapters.
Whoop, whoop.
The final
Shout out to
Amy Morin.
Amy Morin. I was gonna say, how do you say her last name again? Amy Morin. Thank you so much for following us.
Yes.
and
Follow us
commenting.
on. Yes.
Super exciting.
Yes.
Like total
Um,
fan moment.
Yeah.
Fan, like I literally screamed when I saw this. I was like, the author is editing us! Like,
Oh my god.
All right.
So final 4 chapters. Where we
Yes.
at? What are the
Plus,
titles?
the
10.
library would like me to bring this.
Like,
So, we
The
gotta get
library is ready to charge
Like,
pizza,
you're
so
like,
you bought this book.
Wait,
You bought it.
don't bring that book
we
back.
need to get that book on back.
Yes. So the 10th chapter is they don't resent other people's success. This started out
No,
with
that's
Su-
9. 10
You
is they
sure?
don't give up after the first failure.
That is so correct.
We'll mix up. We'll mix up.
Oh, you know,
Because 9, remember that was the neighbor.
Oh,
that was
oh,
mad at
oh,
all the
oh,
other
oh.
neighbors.
I don't know why I retyped this because I actually have it correctly, but yes, they don't give up after the first failure. That started with Susan, who was the school receptionist, and she
Right.
was unhappy with life. realized she was unfulfilled and had spent most of her life giving up after she had one failure.
I'm
Which is-
definitely guilty of this.
It's so easy to do.
Yeah.
And-
So,
And we
Yeah.
live in a world where it's like learn after your mistakes,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I feel like we've all been taught to like, you know, take failures, learn from it, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
But like even good business principles don't revolve around that. Like
Yeah.
it's keep going. If you get a no here, then go
Mhm.
find another route. So it's almost contradictory, but
This is also, then they talk about the Walt Disney Brothers.
Yeah.
Wasn't that part of this chapter?
I think so.
How they started down one venture and then ended up with Disney
Mhm.
yeah.
after multiple failures. So
That's the same for like the Hershey guys
Yes.
too though.
Was it the Hershey one? Yep.
Walmart,
Yeah.
Yep. Sam
Yep.
Walton. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Steve Jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you name anybody big, like they
Again,
And I think
Multiple
she said in another
failures.
chapter, I don't think it was this chapter, but the dude Macy's,
yeah,
yeah.
him
like
too.
him, that was crazy. Like I never knew that story. Like I just
I almost said
oh,
William
it's-
H. Macy, but that is the dude from Shameless. That is the dad from Shameless.
Yes.
Oh shoot. But no, yeah.
That's funny, but no, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough to like you see it taking place in other situations, but it's tough to really kind of like truly train yourself to be able to like live in that way.
Yeah.
Like I find that difficult. Like you said, to your point, like I struggle with that for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like if something don't work out like how I wanted to see it, whether it's an actual failure or like a failure just in my eyes, I'll be like, okay, well, we just leave that there and move on to the next thing.
Girl, I was about ready to put a relaxer in my hair today.
Today, I just had to talk her out of that.
I'm
today.
so glad you did.
I
Today.
was like,
But
I can't get my curls to look like they did
look,
yesterday.
I did the big chop, so I
Yeah.
Like I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. There was definitely times when I first went natural that I was like, I'm gonna just perm this shit. Fuck this.
yes, yeah.
But there is a light at the end of the
I can't
tunnel.
now wait to like dibble and
Yes.
dabble in your butters that you make.
You are gonna have to play with different products.
Absolutely,
Figure out what
absolutely.
even with my stuff, because mine, like,
We have two
I
different
mix-
grades of hair though too.
Well,
so
I mean, and not only that, but I mix so much stuff.
Porosity.
I mix so much stuff in there, so there may be stuff in there that don't work for your hair, but
Right.
while there are
Yeah.
some, so it may not work great. You got to really figure out what oils and stuff really work well with your hair.
Yeah.
I feel like shea butter works well with anybody's hair. I don't care. I haven't found nobody to say shea butter
I'm
just does
sorry.
not work.
That's
for
my
them.
jam.
Um, but I feel like yours needs lighter. You know what I mean? Like lighter products.
It does.
But when I say that, don't steer away from using the heavier ones. You just don't need as much. So like doing that type of butter instead of using it like solid form, you would probably want the whipped because you use less and it's lighter. So then you can take a dabble of that and
Yeah.
work it through, and it works great on your hair versus someone else who has like the motherland happening. They may need the girl, please. She keeps saying she swears.
Porosity. Yeah.
Thank you.
Porosity.
Because-
That's
because
porosity.
The motherland don't.
Nah, bruh.
The motherland don't do that.
I can't. Yeah. At first, I felt like it didn't really speak to me, but there have definitely been times where I'm like,
Oh, this one spoke to me straight up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I give up easily. Like,
I get very frustrated.
yeah,
Like, I don't want to say I give up, but like I have that moment of like instant frustration when shit doesn't go my
Yeah.
way, and
that's true.
I'm like, I gotta figure out a plan B. Like I'm
Yeah.
very, and I feel like that's the Capricorn in me. Like, all right, shit didn't work out. Like
Yes.
plan B, plan C. Like, cause I
Yeah.
need to have like something lined
And
up.
I mean, I have to say that because, like, every time my paycheck is not where I think, or like I look at the books and I don't have anybody's schedule, I'm like, indeed. Part-time
What else is
job.
out there?
What can I do to make ends meet? So, no, I definitely.
legal ways to hustle.
Yes, yes. Strange for a little bit of
to the Google.
Chapter 11, and they don't fear alone time. Am I right now? Yes, I am.
Yes.
I am correct.
I don't know who this is talking about.
Vanessa.
I think this just comes with age because the older I get, I admire and fully enjoy and look forward to alone time.
Alone time. Yes. Yes.
I'm okay with not having nobody
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know who this is speaking to. Now, we'll say younger years. Maybe, yeah, I need to keep people around. But now,
Yeah, that's
If I
exactly what I said.
if I can find a way to get rid of all, you gonna go here and you gonna go here.
Oh, yes.
So I go back and forth. So I'm an only child, right? So I've always had my alone time. And when people crowd my space, like sometimes I retreat because I need my alone time. But in the same hand, because I was an only child, I feel like I gravitate to like crowds and groups and like lots of people, and I like having like that interaction. Like a lot of my friends come from like big families because like there's a shit ton of them, and like I just didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Even you, like there's a shit ton of y'all. So I feel like I still look for it in certain like aspects, if you will, but I definitely still value my alone time. Like if you overstay your welcome, I'm going to hit you with the. So what you got going on today?
What you about to go do?
Because what you about to go do is leave
If
here.
you're not being
Like-
here, you don't have to go home.
You got to find something else to do in a place that I'm not at.
Yes, yes. And that's exactly what I said. Nicole, what you were saying is I definitely can relate when I was younger.
Mhm.
I definitely was like, there's some Thursdays, whatever the name, the title, I was trying to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But no, as I get older, I'm like, I don't want no noise.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I don't have alarms
noise.
on my phone. Like, I don't have alerts on my phone. My phone is silent because I don't want to hear any noise. If there's like a bridal party that comes in the salon, I'm like, no. Like, I love my alone
Quiet
time.
time,
And
alone
just
time.
eating my popcorn
Your cola
and
gum.
my cola gummies. And I'm not, and it's funny because people ask, like, what TV shows are you watching? I'm like, I'm not even watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, now I'll be into that. Like, I am cool with watching an entire series of something with nobody here.
See, I go through spells though. So there are days, like, I will literally go days without my television being on.
Yeah.
Like,
I have not watched anything since Game of Thrones.
What?
Yeah. I've not
like you
watched
haven't watched anything
Like,
on television?
anything that I've sat down to like me mindfully, like I'm sitting down to watch this show
Oh no.
since Game of Thrones.
Oh wow.
And that
No.
shit pissed me off and canceled HBO right then and there.
No, there's definitely like like last week. I feel like up until the 4th of July, I hadn't turned my TV on like since that Sunday. So from Sunday to Wednesday or Thursday, my TV just never came on. Like I was just busy. Like by the time I get home, like
Oh yeah,
I
if I'm
just-
busy.
like I just don't have a need.
Yeah.
Like so to your point, just in terms of like the quiet time, like I definitely like value
yeah.
like that time. And there's so much other stuff to be able to like do. Like I've been trying to like meditate more. I've been
Yeah.
trying to read more.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like value in that quiet time for
Yeah.
sure.
And we just need it.
I feel like it's a healthy thing.
It's
like,
such a healthy thing.
even in like relationships, like
Yeah.
I've always said
Yes.
from day one, like I still feel like even being in a relationship, like you need your time away, I
Yes.
need my time away, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It's
I
like whether
literally was saying this today.
Do you
Yeah.
guys go out to like dinner like by yourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
I've
I
gone
don't.
to the
I
movies
have.
by myself.
yeah,
I have gone to dinner by myself, but I usually will like sit at the bar.
Yeah.
So it's like if
Yeah, if I
did
get
want
up.
to
No,
talk
that
to
makes
somebody, I could talk to the bartender
Right.
or something like that.
yeah.
But no, I have definitely been taking myself out to eat, and it's been like at first I thought, oh, it's like weird, but
That's kind of so
it's
I've
awesome.
I've sat at the bar before, but like just sitting at a table by myself,
Yeah,
I've
I
never
don't
done
think I
before.
could. I don't think I could.
And I told myself, I was like, one of these days I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna take a book and I'm just gonna sit and just eat my
Oh
dinner
no, I
and
take that
enjoy.
back. I did that the other day. I went to the table the Giant Eagle
Oh yeah.
table, and because it was such a nice day and I wanted to be out on the balcony, you have to sit at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat out there and I had a book and I was journaling. So like I went with a purpose.
You are gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I actually didn't even have makeup on. I have winged eyes.
I know that's right. What?
Right?
Shocked.
I don't think I've ever seen you without winged
No.
eyes.
I don't ever want to be seen with winged eyes. But the problem is that I washed them off and I wasn't going to put them back on. So.
True story.
I've definitely been in like Panera, but
No, that doesn't
That
count.
doesn't count.
Like
That
that's
doesn't
like
count.
fast food essentially. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking like 3-course meal. Like you're at a restaurant
Yeah.
for like
No.
a
Waiter,
period of
you
time.
gotta
not at a
waiter.
table. It's always been
Yeah,
at the bar.
that's
If
the
I'm by
bar.
myself, I just go to the
I
bar.
also want to take like a solo vacation. Like I know people who have like spoke
No.
I
so
want to,
highly
but
of it.
It's dangerous.
I'm terrified because I
So-
didn't listen to Sword and Scale.
So I definitely think that there are like places that you should and shouldn't do it. Like I'm definitely not about to like go to Mexico like by myself,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't think I would do an out of country one. But I would definitely like go to like Tampa or like Florida or Georgia or something like that. Like something that is
yeah.
like
You
home.
heard about
Yeah.
the Floridians?
Well,
They're
all
pretty
of Florida
cuckoo
is
as
crazy.
well.
Yeah.
And well, Ohio is no better. So
I mean,
Who's
listen.
gonna remove the geckos off your doorstep?
Ooh, that's a
This
real
is true.
thing.
This
That
is
is a
true.
real thing.
Choose wisely. You might fare better in like Michigan.
That
Yo,
is
did y'all
funny.
see that video of all those damn frogs that were on somebody's door?
No, I did, but no.
They were on the door, they were on the ceiling. And all I could think was because frogs are like super willy nilly, right? Like they hop anywhere. The shit could be right here, then it's like here.
No,
And
thank
I
you.
was just like, if that frog leaps on me,
Listen,
I
No,
would
thank you.
stroke out.
2 nights
No, thank
ago, we were out here on the patio. Kai says, I'm sitting like this at that table out there, sitting at this chair.
Yeah.
Kai's where you're at. He says, there's a frog right by your feet. And I just I first of all froze and just kind of peeked down. And that thing, I felt like it was looking me dead in my eye. And all I could do was be like, no. Because I just knew it was about to jump on me. And if it jumped on me, I was going to die. Like,
How
we
big
did not
was
have
it?
skin. It was
I
a little one
never-
like that on the ground, but it was just when I looked at it, it was
Yeah.
like dead at me. Like it looked like it was like this in pounce mode,
Yeah.
like ready to jump on me. They start cracking up, and I'm like, listen, I don't do reptile.
I'm
Anything.
never going back on y'all's patio, just know. Between the
Snake. Because this
The
is the
spider.
second reptile story that you've told.
I have
They've
never
seen
so-
3 snakes thus far. There have been
since that.
No.
in
total.
10 years.
there have been 3 snake sightings and a frog.
But here's the thing: I made TJ put the snake stuff down, so frogs and anything else is going to come around now because
I
snakes
ain't
are not
seen no
like.
snakes or any frogs by my house.
I've
I'm
never
not
seen
going
a
out.
frog back. That was the first one that I've seen.
Did y'all see that
ever.
video of that little baby, that little boy?
Little bunny fufu is all I
The
got
little
for you.
boy, it was a frog that like landed on his arm, and his mom is like recording, and she's laughing because she's such a terrible person. And then that frog jumps off his arm and lands like on his face, and he like spazzes out.
Hell,
As he
yeah.
should have.
Spazzes out.
That's all I could picture
That's-
in that moment.
That's all I saw when I saw all of those frogs on that ceiling and on the door. I was like, them joints are going to.
And this was in Florida?
Yeah.
Tampa?
I
the-
mean, but
That
the
means
door,
I gotta go there.
the door and the walkway is like covered with them.
Ceiling and
That
door.
sounds like isn't that in the Bible?
There was like 1,000 of them.
It was more like 20.
There was
20 and 1,000 are the same.
It's
It
the
comes
same.
from
It
such a frog.
is. It is.
Apparently, there's like some like time frame down there where like they have issues.
With frogs?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I'm gonna have to Google this.
It's
Why
because they
they
just don't
just
like
it
bomb
probably
the
is.
ponds and kill a lot of
Well,
them
that
before
yeah,
they
you can't
start.
do that because of the one people.
PETA.
What are those one PETA? PETA.
Mm.
I just
PETA,
want to
let
know if this is.
let me
Tampa,
not even go
because
there.
you know I'm
Yeah,
trying to live there.
we're not gonna do it. We know in our spirit though. We know.
Frogs
We don't need
in
nobody
Florida.
Mm-mm.
emailing naked talking about blah blah blah. No, just no.
That's true.
The frog that was on my patio hopped away at some point. I didn't see when it happened because I was
didn't
up here
think
by
that I
this door by the
disliked
time.
No.
I was just like a freeze. I was like, no, TJ, get it, please.
That is hilarious.
Because literally, like, I don't care what nobody says. That frog was looking me dead in my eye when I like peeked
I
down.
believe you. I believe you.
About to get
Invasive
you.
frogs are spreading in Florida. Sarasota Herald.
Yeah.
But that was August 14th, 2014.
No, I can.
If it happened 1 year, it happens every year.
Okay.
March 22nd, Florida is currently clogged with these giant
That's
poisonous toads.
Hold on. There's poisonous frogs?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I'm done.
I did know that.
They won't kill like a person though. Like the
Will they
poison.
give
But that means I gotta
Diarrhea.
go to the
That
hospital.
is a great
Will they
possibility.
give me
I
diarrhea
ain't
or
got
like
time
a
for
sore
that.
throat or
It's none of my
something?
budget.
Then they're dangerous.
It's disgusting. Though.
Diarrhea can give me dehydration, which can kill me.
Oh my god. Alright, moving on.
Goodness gracious.
You keep looking that up. But moving on. So nope. Don't
Disgusting.
take that away. Nope. Oh, the one
Disgusting.
thing, the other thing that when Vanessa was talking about like how she had to be around people, it made me think of like being in the workplace
Mhm.
and how I could not stand like my cubicles and how they would be like open and people would just walk up and just have like you don't see these earbuds in.
Mhm.
Yeah. People don't take like cues.
Not
Like
well
there's
at all.
yeah. Like
Not well at all.
yeah.
Especially if you're looking at me and I give you no eye contact, just come back later. Like if I'm looking in this direction and you're right here, you know I can see you when I'm not looking up.
Right.
Just come back later.
How about you
No,
email
so
me and ask me if this is
So then you're gonna just do this on my thing.
oh, so disrespectful. So disrespectful.
The thing that gets me is like they interrupt you. Hey, hi. Are you busy? I was busy.
Yes.
I was busy the first time you said hey or
And I
hi,
didn't respond.
and I didn't respond.
However, I am very good at hearing shit and act like I didn't hear it.
Which is even more of a reason as to why if I say hey and nobody says anything, I'm gonna hit that U-turn.
I will.
I'm like,
I will.
I'm gonna hit that U-turn.
Apparently they don't want to have a
Let me just go
conversation.
ahead and send them an IM real quick
Yeah.
and they can get back to me.
Hey, when you get a moment.
I popped over. It looked like you were busy. Give me a call when you're free.
I'm very good at that. I be hearing shit. Sometimes I have my earbuds in and ain't shit playing in there.
I do that too. I do
It
that
ain't
too.
shit going on.
I used to do that for this one coworker because we would be the first people to get to work, and
People are annoying.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
I would try.
First of
I
all,
would get
first
to work
thing in the
early
morning,
first, but you know I don't like,
first thing in the morning is not the time to try to communicate with nobody anyway.
especially if I haven't had enough coffee.
Let me get in the door and get settled first.
Let me drink all of this coffee.
Don't hit me in the door.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Mhm.
What's going on? I saw you pulled in. How are you? I
Don't do
did
that.
pull in
Looks
because
like
I
you
had
had a car wash. What'd you do this weekend?
None of your fucking.
I didn't get enough sleep. Leave me alone. Oh my god.
I don't get that at the salon anymore, but they used to like piss me off when I worked in office.
Yeah, no, the group I work with right now are pretty awesome.
That's
So
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I get in early enough that the few people that are there, they're on the same shit. Like, not right now.
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
My thing was like, get in, let me go get my breakfast. If you have anything to say, you better get that in that breakfast turn.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
So
cafeteria.
once I get back to this desk, don't say nothing to me.
Breakfast food sounds really good. Right
Breakfast food is always good. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
Chapter 12. We're in chapter 12?
Yes.
They don't feel the world owes them anything.
The examples that I have for this
Mm.
one.
Bring it!
Mm.
This one was about, oh, let me try that again.
If you was
This,
left there,
this one was about Lucas, who is new. Oh, he was an asshole. First of all, if I worked with Lucas,
Half the people in this book were ridiculous.
ridiculous. So he just started this job as like he wasn't an intern, but he just like graduated.
Mhm.
yeah.
And he thought he could tell everybody what to do and thought he should be the boss and ask for a promotion.
Mhm.
But I feel like that's true about a lot of the millennials.
Yeah.
Like they feel like they just like I have the grandest of ideas.
They're entitled, very
Mhm.
entitled.
And you should listen to me because
Absolutely.
I am, and they really feed into this. I'm a millennial, and my ideas are better.
Yeah.
We're considered millennials, aren't we?
No,
No, I
think
think
we're
we're
Gen
on the
X.
cusp.
I
Like,
think we're Gen X.
yeah. Me and TJ were talking about this one day where we were trying to figure out where I am, and I was like, I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. Like,
I think
I don't feel
technically,
like I fit in with the millennials, and I'm not exactly X either.
I think
Gen
technically
X
we
is
are.
90s, is the 60s to early 80s, so I would be Gen X.
That means technically I would be Gen X.
Yeah.
Early 80s when? Like 84?
It just says early 80s.
Okay.
So early 80s means 80 to 85. Or 84, because 85 would be middle, you would round
Yeah.
up, so.
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely looked this up before, and I feel like we fell into millennials.
Oh,
Yeah.
81. I'm sorry, 81.
Okay, yeah.
81? I don't believe I'm a millennial at all.
Whatever I looked at it spoke to that. Like, we fell into the millennials, but like we
We're not
don't- Yeah, no, we're not.
millennials. So the millennials go from what year?
Hold on, I'm trying to clarify this. This does not sound right at all. There's the Gen X, there's Gen Y, and there's Gen Z. Gen Z are those born after 1997. Gen Y or millennials, typically thought of as those born between 84 and 96.
Okay,
Okay, so that ain't me.
yeah. And I'm barely
And
there. I was
Gen
84.
X.
But I don't feel like I fit in with Gen X or millennials. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
somewhere like no one knows.
Yeah, that little cusp.
Yeah.
And then Gen X would be the age cohort born before the 80s, but after the baby boomers. What?
The baby boomers, I know for sure, is they old.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are, yeah.
They like nursing home old.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, there's something called a latchkey kid.
Don't fucking call me that.
Right. Don't call me that. Don't call me that.
Those are the ones motherfuckers forgot about. Was like, put them in the latchkey room. I don't know. I'm probably be here soon. I'm not.
Well, the forgotten souls.
The
Sweet baby
forgotten
Jesus.
souls.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Who was that? Oh, right, yeah, throw it on it.
That's just some latchkey baby.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I guess, Jesus. Okay. What is a Gen X and what is millennial says the generation following Gen X naturally became Gen Y, born 80, which is me, you guys, to 94. Give or take a few years on either end. The term millennial is widely credited to Neil Howe along with William Strauss. Generation Z refers to babies born from the mid-2000s through today. So that would make us Gen Ys. But what is a Gen Y?
But
Gen
Gen
Y
Y
is
is millennials.
Gen
Yeah,
Y
it's
is
like the same.
But we're
Yeah.
not millennials.
So there's
though.
there's Generation X, and then Gen Y and millennials. That's interchangeable, just so that it has like the same like
Okay.
concept,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
the same thing.
I don't like it because I don't want to be called a millennial.
Well, that was my thing when I was looking it up. I was
Well,
like, I feel like we're the
many of us
old.
are the millennials.
I feel like
though.
there's like millennials, and then there's millennial 2.0. And I
Yes,
feel like we're like
yes.
like I feel like we.
Which is
I
why I
do
say I
too.
don't feel like Gen X, but I
Yes.
don't feel like
I don't,
millennials
yeah,
either.
like if there
Yes.
was such a thing as millennials 2.0, we
That's
that's
the new-
that's
that's
that
the
new
new
shit.
creatures.
Yeah, that's some new folks. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Because that would literally put me in the same like category as Elijah.
Yeah,
My stepson.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
But that's the way like baby boomers are. Like the
Yeah,
baby boomers,
yeah. Totally
like it
different
spans
mindset.
like a huge group. Like
Yeah, because there were people that had kids, so they would be in the same.
In the same
Yeah.
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 And that's not a.
No.
No.
But anyway, these millennial 2.0s are
2.0s,
very much
fine.
feeling like the
Yes.
1.0s them every goddamn thing.
Sorry to go off track, but yeah.
They just don't. And I get times are changing, but like millennials, like it's no longer a thing of work hard and you'll reap the reward down the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's very instantaneous in terms of I want to see the benefit and be able to feel that right here, right
Right
now.
now. Microwave.
They're thinking,
Yes.
I did what y'all
Very
said I was
microwave.
supposed to do, now give me.
Yes. Yes.
Or why do I have to prove myself?
Why do I have to
I'm
prove
telling you
myself?
that I can do it, so give it to me.
Yes.
And that's the part that irks my nerves.
That's
like,
probably more accurate.
because if you can prove that you can do it and you did it and you done it and you was the bomb at it, then rightfully so. Like, a closed mouth does not
Give
get
me one
fed.
of these.
I'll ask for it. Run that.
Mhm.
But when you are like, why would I need to do that? I mean, have you seen me? Have you seen the way I work?
Have you seen my Instagram?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Entitlement.
So entitled.
Yeah.
So entitled.
It's sad though that like in the workforce that there's no longer the whole, work at a company, 30 years, retire. Like, it's sad that like that has completely shifted. I mean, that's just not even an option nowadays.
No, it's
and,
not.
and I get that. It's not an option. Like, in order to be able to even afford to retire, like, you have to have multiple streams of income. Like, we were talking about that before
Yeah.
in terms of like investing in stocks and stuff. Like, times have just changed so drastically. But the whole idea of like a blue collar worker and somebody working in an organization and
30-some
then
years
getting
and
like
we take
a
care of-
pension and
Yeah.
it's all good afterwards. That shit is just
For the bird. That's
that
not
shit's
happening.
history.
Yeah.
But on the same side of that, they are also a generation that, so they have no fear of anything,
That's right.
be it good or bad. So it's a bad thing on one end, but a great thing on another.
Absolutely.
Because they go out here and explore different stuff that we're like, that shit would never work. I would never do
Right.
that. They do
Right.
it and make it work.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a good and a bad piece to that non-fear that they have, or entitlement that they feel like they should have. So
It goes back to chapter 10. They don't give up after the
After
first
first
failure.
failure, yeah.
Like, they keep chugging away, keep remixing shit, keep
Mhm.
finding out a new way to make something shake.
Mhm.
And the next thing you know, you got shit like Snapchat being like a huge multi-million-dollar app
Yo.
where you just adding filters on people's faces.
I'll go there just for the filters.
I know. It's sad though that at this point, like, people have convinced others that they're real pictures. Like, that the filters are like their real pictures.
Listen.
I'm like, your eyeballs are not that big, ma'am.
because I be seeing people, they really
In
be
person?
like, no makeup, like, no makeup, but you got a whole fucking filter on your
Right.
face. Nobody's lips, nose, and eye ratio is built that way.
No.
We know it's
Not at all.
Snapchat because we've all done it.
Yes, we've all done it.
Like,
I've sat there
I
with
mean,
no
it's
makeup on and was like,
flawless.
ooh, look at
Yes.
this filter, eyelashes.
like, your eyes do not have stars in them.
They do
like,
not.
There's no sparkle.
There's no dog
There's-
tongue coming out.
We can't tell. It ain't even that one. It's that one that makes it look like,
like,
you
there's
did
no
your own
exactly.
makeup
your
or
complexion
something.
is
You
like
look very
flawless.
natural.
But I will say it does help me figure out where I want to put my nose piercing because the one where I have the nose piercing.
Are you gonna know?
I want one. I do
Oh.
want one.
I used to want one.
I do want one. But then I'm like, my little nose.
I mean,
Get
you
it.
got a little
Do
nose.
it.
It
I
would be
do
all
it.
dainty
Yeah,
and
do
cute,
it.
but yeah.
Do it.
I feel like on
I
mine,
saw-
somebody would be like, you got something on your nose.
You got a booger.
There's something right there. Good.
Right there. Get it.
Oh my
Anything
God.
else for chapter 12? He was an asshole though. Like the whole time I was reading it, I was getting so
I've
angry.
met a few millennial point two.
No,
that are
definitely,
like that. And I'm like,
definitely.
listen, I will choke the shit out you.
Real fast.
You need a whooping, don't you?
Get out my face.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you. And finally,
Drum roll. Woo!
chapter 13.
Yes.
They don't expect immediate results.
To the point that you were just
Yes.
making. Like,
Yes.
I don't have to prove anything. Just give me
Yes.
what I want now.
Yep.
Or I've done what you asked, so give me now.
Yeah.
Although, remember when I was saying that I'm not a millennial? Sometimes I do want like that instant
Gratification.
I do. Like,
Samesies.
Well, I think we all do. I think that's anyone.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the difference between our age group
And
and
2.0.
then 2.0 is like we put some work
We
in.
work for it. That's
Yeah.
right.
And then we're like, I deserve the shit. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I done did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't do X, Y, Z and back to A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, E, F, G.
Right.
But I did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Because
They-
I definitely, when I was reading through the checklist on this one, I was like, yep. Yep. Yep.
Like, Amy girl, you talk about me.
Amy was talking to me in chapter 13. We waited all the way to the end. I mean, there was a couple other chapters that definitely spoke to me, but this one I was like,
Well, even in the conversation we had before we started recording, you said, "Well, what did you want to hear
Yeah.
from this
Yeah.
one?" It's like,
Yeah.
because to me, if I would have got that response, but like you said, cool, and then I would have expected a follow
Yeah,
up.
I just expected
But
a
I would
follow-up.
have wouldn't have rubbed me like terribly
Yeah.
wrong. I would have been like, okay, in a few days when plans get together, I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
but someone will reach out. But,
Zip, zero, zilch.
but for you to be like,
Nah.
really?
Yeah.
And so for you like, well, what did you want to hear?
Yeah. And I'm a Taurus. I expect certain things. I'm very particular. And I just have this vision in my head of how things should go.
Mhm.
And I think
Yeah.
that also goes to this. So I expect, so I've done reflexology. I expect these results.
Mhm.
I expect everyone to be on my page, and it just doesn't happen that way.
That's
so I
hard,
have
though.
to give myself a reality check. It's like,
Yeah.
I put in the work. I'm doing everything that everyone says that you're supposed to do. And then you see someone on Instagram or anything else, and it's like, oh, they got all these followers and they got all this. I said, but I'm hustling. I'm doing
Sometimes-
what I'm supposed to do. And it's
Sometimes
like,
you gotta level set though. Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta like just
it is definitely
take a
self-talk
pause.
that
Yeah.
you gotta take a
absolutely.
pause because you can't force you can't get upset
Yes.
and realistically hold somebody else accountable to the standards that you have for yourself
Absolutely.
and your expectations.
Absolutely.
Like it's not fair. And like I struggle with that too. But like it's not fair to hold somebody and expect them
Yeah.
to be the person that you are
Yeah.
and therefore communicate and act and treat
Mhm.
others the way that you yourself
You
would.
would.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
It's
hard.
It's definitely, I have to check myself constantly,
Yeah.
constantly about this. So this chapter, I checked all the boxes on that one.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But I think that's a natural thing with everybody, though. Like, you do something, you expect to see something or get something.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like related to that, I'm trying to force myself to just be more inquisitive and ask questions.
Yes.
Because what I tend to do is like if I hear something that rubs me the wrong way, I just sit on it and then kind of let it stew. And I'm trying to get better at speaking on it right then and there, in the now. Like if it doesn't make sense to me, I'm just gonna ask you a question. Like
Yeah.
I used to, especially like in relationships and stuff, like if something happened and it didn't make sense to me, I would like sit and I would talk to my girls
Same,
about it and I would just like talk through like, well, what did they mean when they said, and
Instead of just asking.
let
that
me just
person.
ask you. So let me back up. You said A, B, and C. What does that mean? What did you
Right.
mean by that?
Right.
Like I'm trying to be more like in tune with my questions and what people say right there in the present in
Yes.
order to understand what the intention was. Because
Yeah.
a lot of times it's just a fucking breakdown in communication. And when I tell y'all my ass can leap to some conclusions.
I will
Oh.
connect all types of dots.
who can't?
I will
Who can't?
I can make a
will-
whole house out of the dots that I've connected.
look here. I will jump, hop, skip, and jump
Yes.
all
Who can?
over.
Yes.
So-
Because don't let me think about it too long, because I done came up with names and
Yep.
locations and
Yep.
everything.
And that's why
Yeah.
I'm just like, I've got to be better at just like asking the questions so that way I hear from that person, like what you meant, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I have facts that I can go
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
if need be.
Yeah.
Like let me just go ahead and get my ducks lined up in a row
Yeah.
now.
Unless
Like-
the time you want line up the facts to come back and say you a damn lie.
Right. But
But at least you got the
you,
facts to
you,
go off
you
of.
said it though. You
Yeah.
said it. It's not the made up shit that I
It's
came
not.
up with.
It's not made up. You
Yep.
said it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I enjoyed this book.
Yes.
Columbus Metropolitan Library. I'm glad to receive this back. Anybody else that was looking for it that lives in the Columbus area, I have it. I'm gonna drop it off as soon as I leave here.
Oh my god.
Getting this back today.
Yeah.
But it was
So
a great book, Amy. We appreciate it.
yeah,
And-
it's one of those books that definitely started out slow for me. And again, I think it was because of the platform I was
Yes.
listening. That Audible just
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
do it for me.
Sometimes you just gotta read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what we've been saying all along, like I've been able to find certain points in me that I'm like, oh yeah, I could definitely improve on that, or just thinking of certain situations where I'm like, oh yeah, I get it now. okay, maybe I need to ease up on that. Maybe I need to not do that.
Yeah.
Maybe, little things. So that part was helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the read, I actually did enjoy it.
Ditto. I think if nothing else, like this book just helped me realize like I'm a work in progress. You know, like
But are you
Like-
ever not?
no,
Yeah,
you're not.
Because even with
Absolutely.
these are just 13 things, right?
Yeah.
We know there's probably a million more we could come up with. Just with these 13, like, I'm not gonna fix those in the year of 2019.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like to me, what spoke to me was the fact that like, so you would get to a chapter and you would kind of read through it and be like, oh, this doesn't apply to me.
Yeah.
Because some of the
Yeah,
examples
no,
are very cut
exactly.
and dry. You know,
Yeah.
you can't relate to like what was taking place.
Yeah.
But then when you kind of break it down and like kind of split it open and like apply it to all these different areas of like your life, you're like, you know what, there is room for me to
Yeah.
improve on this. And I
Yeah.
think that was the important takeaway for me
Mhm.
was just that there's so much work that can still be done. And to your point,
Yeah.
like you're always going to be a work in progress.
Mhm.
So
And I think that's why she put the checklist in there. Because like there were some
Lord.
things I was like, I would read the checklist because I read just like
read
what
the
you were saying,
chapter and be
I read
like,
the checklist, like this doesn't apply to me. Then I read the checklist and I'm like, oh,
Like,
okay.
oh shit, this is all about me.
that one too.
Maybe. So yeah, that's why I really liked it.
Like, oh yeah, Amy, I see what you did there.
I see.
I see your game plan.
Yeah, so great week. Oh, excuse me, great read.
Great weed.
Yeah, that's
I thought you said week. So, I'm all
Well, we're gonna go with that too. Yeah.
Same. It
there
was a great read,
Weed.
weed and week.
you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Do you have a question today?
We do. We do.
Okay. So, question of the week is: what's something you've tried that you'll never ever try again?
I think I know what yours is, but
Weed. Marijuana. Reefer.
not your friend.
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Mary Jane, herb, ganja, whatever you want to call
Smoking on
it.
that key
Reggie.
Whatever you want to call it. Kush, Bush, I don't know. Like whatever
Whatever it is.
you want to call it, I'm all the way
Not
good.
trying it.
I am all the way good. You know, sometimes you just gotta stay in your lane. Alcohol, give me a little something to sip on. That is my lane. I will drink to that. Weed just does something to me. Like I can't even explain it. No,
No.
never ever.
No.
No, I'm good. What about you guys?
I don't know. I'm still thinking. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a really good
It's a
question.
really
Something
good
I've
question.
tried that I would never try again.
Because I know when I get home, I'm like, ooh, I wish I would have said that. And exes, no.
I mean, if we talk in that aspect,
I don't. Clearly, it's not. Never mind.
this is gonna sound super cliche, but I feel like I've done this in every aspect of life, which is just compromising things that I want or who I am, trying to satisfy other people, appease other people. You know what I mean? And the older I get, I'm learning like that shit is for the birds.
It's okay to be selfish.
It's okay to be selfish
That's
sometimes. Like if I just ain't feeling it, I don't like it, whatever the case may be, I should be able to say that and it not be a big deal.
Yeah.
I get it. You speak my language. You know, I had that epiphany for my birthday one
Yeah.
year. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm talking about from being a wife to a mother to a friend to a sibling, a daughter, all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like some things you just feel like you have to do just out of obligation, but it's okay to be like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just checking in with me
Absolutely.
before trying to appease other people and making sure I'm appeasing myself first in
Yeah.
whatever I'm being asked to do or I'm thinking of doing or whatever.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I like
Can I
that.
take my weed answer back?
Yeah. Give another one.
No, that's all I got, honestly. I'm never doing that shit again.
So
And I don't want you to.
I love that, and that's the same for me with that. To what you just did, I will never big chop again.
With the hair?
I will never big chop again.
Keisha said she cried for 3 days.
I cried
Did
for
you not hear?
3 days. I will. There's no. I trim my end like every time I do a deep conditioner, which is every week. I will trim some shit like, oh no, let's get that away, so that I never have to
So we
big
don't
chop
have
again.
to. We don't have to revisit that.
We're not big chopping again, but
I feel that.
I am trying to be so strong in this entrepreneurship. I never want to go back to a 9 to 5. So I try. I got the degree, got the t-shirts.
Wait,
No,
what?
thank you. We'll do it. You know how they say.
She said, I got the degree, I got the
The
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
I got no, thank you. I don't want to do that again. I do not want to do that again. But that goes back to what you were saying too. Like I'm not compromising. Like no, I've set out. I have these goals. And if you're not aligning with that, to what Marie Kondo said, it does not bring me joy. Joy.
Thank you for services and goodbye.
Marie Kondo's the truth.
It's above me.
It is above me now.
It's above me. So.
All 2019.
All 2019.
Well, I guess on that, I mean, I won't ever do a coupon world tour either.
Oh shit. I will. Depends on what that coupon's for.
True statement.
Yeah,
True
use a lot.
statement.
Use a
I
lot.
just have to I have you push me around a wheelchair.
Listen, and if the coupon's for the right number, I will. Like,
Yeah.
come on, sis, we going. We going.
It's the crab legs there.
I want some crab legs so bad.
So bad. I want some Cajun butter sauce.
We don't want to hear about it, okay?
Did you have Cajun butter?
Don't even ask
You know what?
her.
Never mind.
Don't
Don't
answer
answer that
her.
question.
Keep your
Don't
negativity over there, okay?
answer that
All
I
question.
had Caucasian mild.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I have so many more questions, but I don't want to ask because I'm just
That
gonna
is
be
the best.
angry. I mean, I didn't get crab legs, I didn't get baby bop. I mean, there is.
Yeah,
And they
You know, we're in Mercury
You
retrograde.
can't play
I'm
with
just
food
gonna blame
with
it on that.
Keisha. Like, you can't play about that.
I stopped talking to 2 of the girls at work, and they were like, "You got baby bop and did not consult me
I'm sorry, you quit talking to him?
for the day."
Oh.
For the day. And then when I think about it, I stopped talking to him again. I'm like,
You was
didn't
the
give me
same
baby
one that didn't include me on that baby bop board.
so we're not talking for the rest of the day.
Oh
like,
my God.
Keisha. And they call me mom because I'm like one of the oldest ones there, and I actually make sense. But it's a
I actually
never
make
mind.
sense.
That's a whole other story. Offline. Anywho.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't feel like we need to go into any happenings in the
No.
world right now, except for that Ariel story. That's ridiculous.
I'm going to go see-
Y'all need to stop it.
So time out. I don't know how I feel about all these live action movies. I kind of want them to stop with this, but I will be going to see Ariel because
I just feel like
And
we're living in
Lion King.
1992 all over again.
it's
Like,
like you guys have no original ideas.
I mean, but those are some pretty big classics, like Aladdin.
Like
Lion
Aladdin,
King,
I
and
loved
Ariel.
Aladdin, but I was like, I don't want you guys to ruin that memory that I had.
I heard Aladdin was amazing though. Like, it's,
Yeah,
I heard it's amazing. And when I saw Will
We'll
Smith
see.
was a part of it, I felt more comfortable.
yeah.
Just
You
because
gonna see
he's,
it?
yeah. So I haven't seen it, but
I
I heard
haven't
it was
seen it
great.
yet, and I don't.
And I have high hopes for Lion King.
Oh, I'm going to see Lion
Listen,
King.
I already got my tickets for Lion King.
Do you?
Yes. Tickets went on sale like a week and a half ago.
Did you put this in the group text?
I did
Yeah, I
not.
don't know
I'm so
that I got
sorry.
that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
It comes out the night of Deanna's graduation party, so. You still attending this?
You didn't ask me for an address in the text message. You meant
It
No,
was
I
an
think I
Evite.
just sent it to you. It was Evite. I don't mail. You
Oh.
know I'm not mailing.
I responded
anything.
to the Evite. I said,
Okay, thank you. Because it goes to a Facebook email that I don't have access to. And I found that out after I wasn't getting. I was like, why is nobody responding?
I'm gonna have to go look for the email.
I
Oh,
definitely
it's on
responded
Facebook.
and said, coming.
I'll go find it. Yep.
I will find it.
Yeah,
It's
folks,
me and my
just, you know,
skinny.
want to chop off their hair, get brand new. Don't invite you to buy your Lion King tickets.
Guys, crabs.
we did not. That is not the same. That
Really?
is not the
Really?
same.
Really? Because I feel like it is. I feel like it is.
How many
Way in
did
a
I
way.
do want some crab.
How-
That's
but-
what- and then she gonna
but-
throw in that it was the Cajun mild. Like that was just insult to injury. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
How
rude.
many-
You're rude. You petty.
How many Twilights did we go see?
You're just so petty.
I didn't see no Twilights.
Like, yes, you did.
No, I
Black
didn't.
Panther.
I don't think she.
We did do Black Panther. We did do Black Panther,
But she went in Twilight.
Girls Trip.
I don't. We did do Girls Trip.
Mhm.
That one doesn't count.
How it don't count?
Don't make me be petty. Don't make me be petty.
I can't remember who got what happened.
What
We
she's
gonna talk about
saying is that
later.
it was trash.
No, I'm just
No,
gonna say that
I'm-
it was not our court.
I was gonna
You
say,
know what? Listen,
I already know it's the guest list. We gonna
Okay.
talk about it off.
who all gonna
Okay.
be? Who all gonna be there?
Yeah,
Okay.
but Lion King though, you just gonna cut us out of Lion King? You ain't gonna consult about Lion King?
I'm going with a different group.
Very well.
I'm sorry.
Very well.
I mean, I'll go see it twice.
Are we?
And
Wrap it on.
that is the same.
All right. As always. Oh, brand new announcement. We are not going to be on SoundCloud any longer.
Oh yeah.
We've been having some difficulties with SoundCloud.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, and it's just not working out for us. It's not really working.
But SoundCloud, if you want to hit us up and work those out, I mean,
For sure. For sure. SoundCloud, that is a business exchange, and it's just not working as what we thought we were getting. So,
we are in Mercury retrograde, but
I don't know what that means.
me neither,
Okay.
but it sounds like some semantics.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, was that what's your word? What's our word? What's the word? The word you were looking to use?
Oh, last time.
no.
Oh, what
I
is
don't
your
remember.
word?
I don't remember. She doesn't either.
Damn it. I can't think of the word.
Me neither.
Anyway, so we will now be on YouTube, iTunes. We have our pages on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find us there.
And feel free to send us DMs and messages
And
we
keep with the
will-
questions.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Very
Post
entertaining.
under YouTube. We are looking at your comments and responding to those. Thank you again to Amy Morin. Morin or Morin? Morin.
And if
Why
we're,
do I always want to pronounce like Morin? I don't know. Well, we appreciate you. If you have any suggestions that you feel like we really need to read, let us know. Send us those suggestions. Email, you can always find us at nakdoffscript@gmail.com.
Hey,
I like that one. That was cute.
Right?
it was.
It was.
Like a little smooth jazz. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, my 500 steps.
All right, guys.
All right.
It's been real.
We out here till next time. Aha! Peace out.